welcome back to Sketchbook Storytime. This is Chris Carter. This is still the sketchbook that I shared with you in the 7th Storytime when I talked about the influence of Adolf Conrad. So it's a very old sketchbook. It goes back to the 70s, 1970s. And what I'm looking at now is some sketches of some cows, which I've always loved sketching cows. I especially like this one, and it's just fun to see this because I still love cows and I live around cows, and I just find them, though they're not too bright, they do have fabulous shapes to them. Another cow, trees, an attempt to sketch some clouds, more clouds, more clouds. And then I also used my sketchbook to glue in quotes that were important. This is Henry David Thoreau. So this is a portrait of a dear friend of mine with whom I went to art school. And here we have some other, I think I was working with crayons then, but I wasn't using them very well. I really did like using crayons. This could be just crayon, don't know. More of those, just basic shapes. That became a recurring theme too. And here I guess I was inspired by Miro to handle a made-up road sign. Have no idea. And Gauguin. Okay, more inspiration, children's books, Paul Klee, and more. These are just showing you because you probably have old sketchbooks that are filled with, some pretty miserable sketching. Robert Henry, I love, and these were live at a beach. And here's Craypaw that I really enjoy. Now this, it looks like it was a sunset, maybe inspired by Monet. Here were some other landscapes that were inspiring to me. And then this was on Martha's Vineyard, actually. Okay, and this was also Martha's Vineyard. And more inspiration. Inspiration, this is up in New Hampshire. You can see the damage from the rubber cement that I glued this into. It really destroyed. This would have been kind of a fun sketch, but it was destroyed by me gluing another Adolf Conrad piece in. This was a Vuillard copy. I did a lot of copies of Vuillard, and I also did an oil painting copy of this. Another copy. This is Flyer. That was a man named Joe who was a musician, played the flute. Loved sketches when I would go to see them play live. And this, this was Woburn Street where I lived. I lived up actually in this room. This was kind of a widow's walk. My attempt at cross-hatching again. Terrible cross-hatching. More cross-hatching attempts. And this was a fountain that I did an oil painting of. Okay, now there's probably a more successful cross-hatching. I don't mind that one quite so much. So I jumped. I think that this was probably something in 2012. I've covered the really old stuff in this sketchbook, and what happened is I got all my sketchbooks together. I think that there were 66 of them that I had only partially filled. So I continued to finish them all, and we'll pick up here next time. This is Chris Carter. Meet you in the next story time.